So, good evening. Today it's English Saturday, so everything will be in English for all our English viewers. Um, Hello, Irrenanstalt. Nice to see you again. Hope you don't mind that we will talk in English today. Um, Today it will not be about retouching. Today it's about compositing. I wanted to do this stream yesterday evening, but my internet provider um, had some issues, so I wasn't able to stream yesterday evening as I planned. So the plan for today is to make a fantasy themed compositing. I just had the idea about this yesterday while I was teaching at university. So yeah, I've been collecting some of the material yesterday, and maybe I will need some more today. Oh, perfect. So, yeah, fine. I try to keep the Saturday in English so the English viewers can come back each Saturday and have their stream. But as long as you don't care about the language, we'll be all fine. So, let's get started, I would say. Um, Usually I will start in a 16-bit image and Adobe RGB. This time for the compositing, uh, it will not be necessary to work in Adobe RGB because all the images we have are in sRGB, so it doesn't make any sense to use a larger color space for this. And as well as the 16 bits won't be necessary as well. We will manipulate colors, but not that much, and not in these very distinct little levels like we do in beauty retouching. So I start with an image approximately, I would say, 3000 by 2000, or maybe we'll do it in a landscape format, so 2000 wide and like 3000 in height. RGB color and sRGB, well, sRGB and 8-bit. So, and first step should always be save your file, um, like this. And I will save as a Photoshop binary, as this will be faster to save and will be easier to work with in future. Artwork 001. Hi Albert Alpenstein, welcome back. Nice to see you. I hope you're fine and you're having a nice, great weekend. How are you? So, I've been thinking about having a forest theme setting and some weird creatures like jellyfish or squids that are up in the sky illuminating the forest, and people who get dragged upwards to these jellyfish. Maybe even this manta ray flying. Let's see. So I've been looking for several images of people jumping and flying in the air. Um, some of them are monochromatic. That shouldn't be too big of a problem because the whole setting, I think, will be in the night. Will be nighttime, and so everything will turn monochromatic as well. So let's get started. I haven't decided which forest I will be using yet. Maybe a mixture of some of them. Let's have a look. Let's see. So I'm dragging these into my file and place them And as you can tell, they are already very different in lighting and color. So, and I'll drag them up to 100%. Make sure that the aspect ratio is set, is locked. So. And now I have to decide which of the images will be the front. I have this image in the front for like the pathway that leads into the forest. Switching back and forth. Maybe I can combine them in a way that they are like. Wait. If you switch an image to difference, you can see both images and where they differ. So maybe I can use the pathway of this one, but use the eerie forest of this. Should be nice, I guess. So I will keep these images in my materials folder. So I always material. I will always keep my initial images in this one. Hey Elbenstein. Hope you're fine. So I have my compositing, and I will always have some kind of helper layers. These are my check layers. These are the same layers I also use in retouching. They're always nice to have for dark check, light check, solarize everything, have a black and white filter, and invert filter. So the first thing I'll do is copy the path into a separate layer, and I will extract this path. And this should be very easy. I will use the pen tool to extract this, so I don't have all the other stuff around. So use the pen tool. I'm quite fine, Ebenstein. I'm just had a great Saturday. Very relaxing today. Hey Birdie McFly. Hope you're fine. And in case you're wondering, on Saturdays I will always stream in English, because I got several requests to stream in English, so I'll make Saturdays the English stream. Hell yeah. That's great to hear, Ben McFly. And Ebenstein, what kind of party? Will it be a birthday party, or just going out and having a few drinks, getting pissed and stuff? And as you can see, I'm adding anchor points one by one to fit the rail of this pathway. A Spanish stream? I don't speak Spanish, so it would be quite hard for me. But I think there are enough Spanish streamers, so it would be fine for them. And as you might already see, today it's not about beauty retouching. Today I'm retouching pathways in the woods. No, I'm trying to create a fantasy themed compositing. So what have you guys been doing so far this weekend? Jesus Christ. So how much to go? 20 pages already? Oh. So this would be the mask for this. Fine so far. That's the pathway. And what is the project about? So now I have the pathway. Now I will have move the forest into this folder, and let's see how this will fit. I'll create another smart object so I can so the pathway, so I can distort it and bend it like I need it. So as you can tell, the perspective is not doesn't fit correctly. Maybe like this. Let's see. Yeah, chilling all day. I guess it's fine. Considering you've been at university all week. That's exhausting. So, I don't know, maybe I want this tree to lie across the pathway, to lay across it. Can't remember. So you're still how many pages are still left. I can't remember the exact amount or whether there were any amounts. Yeah, no problem. That's right. So I think this would be lying across the pathway. I remove the pathway here at the end as well. Just doesn't make any sense to be here. That's okay. So that's the initial setup for this. I think I might need some stuff in the foreground and have some people flying around. Let's see. I want to have this fox. You're right. You can't reach 100% in everything, so that's fine. I want to have the mountains maybe in the background. Mountains or this one? I don't know yet. This looks so awesome. Look at the clouds that are just halfway of the mountains. Jesus, this is awesome. By the way, this is the almost the wallpaper of the macOS background or macOS. This is the That's one thing that is important if you create compositings. You have to look for the light. Don't know if there's any reasonable pose for him. It doesn't look like... I don't know. This would make sense. This person's flying towards the light. Uh-oh. So you're dyeing your hair? Which color? Same question. So let's have these two. Put them in a separate smart object. Have them the right size. Go with hair. Oh, this was just stupid. Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, I'll need 50 followers for that, and I'm at 48, so two more to go. Yeah, I know, I know, I know. Only two more. So this is one. This is two. I'm trying to build the. Oh no, this is wrong. Um, Jesus. Yeah, just 50, and then I can start being an affiliate and having subscriptions. So let's have a look at this. If I can make it work to be a mask. Almost. Sometimes quick selection could be working as well. That's maybe I'll combine these two, having this one and a quick selection. No, isn't. It's not her. But well, I can spread rumors. Yeah, that's her. Sure. So just now I'm trying to use the hair, and now I try the quick selection tool. Um, if that works, it just doesn't. It doesn't really work. It's all Photoshop, Sarah. She knew that. Initially, this has been a man weighing 400 pounds, roughly, and I retouched him down to look like this. And he was in a wheelchair actually, and didn't jump. Woohoo! Thank you, Shalian. Thank you very much. So let's have a look at how does this work. Remove the hair. Erase it. Hello. So I really got to start and produce some content for my subscribers. So yeah, so it's almost you, almost. So this would be the mask. I create a new layer, invert this, and use the dodge tool. So that's her. Okay, still got to improve the mask. Let's see. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Welcome, Robot the Third, and who else? Hellbox. Don't see him yet. Well, welcome to this channel. It's only English for today. On Saturdays, I'll stream in English. Woohoo! Thanks for that follow. Thanks. Thank you very much. So let's see. Oh, this doesn't. That's not okay. Still got to improve that mask here. As a quick selection tool doesn't work always. You often have to rework the mask. It's not that good, especially if the contrast between background and foreground isn't that great. Like here, just remove this. Skyrim, yeah, that's my favorite game. So, and I think the sound is just appropriate for followers. So let's have her go with hair. Yeah, yeehaw. Okay. So she will be flying, as well as her or him. I don't know. 100, 100. Haha, yes. But I don't have the. I used to play on a PlayStation 3, so I don't have the add-ons yet. But I downloaded it from Stream and yeah, I downloaded it on Steam, and I think I'll play the add-ons soon. So that's the flying guy. Hello. So I'll convert him to black and white as well for the mask. So this looks about all right. Yeah, today I'm gonna be creating some kind of compositing. Nika, welcome! Good to see you. How are you? Woohoo! Yeah, then it's 50, and then I got to prepare all the tutorials and the giveaways. Like, I'll be giving you guys some actions I use, and have some in-depth tutorials about removing backgrounds and creating about dodging and burning, basically, and then as well as some emotes. Yeah. So that's the flying guy. He's here. It's yellow. That's her in front. Oh, let's see. I want to add some of these awesome creatures. Or maybe this one, I don't know. In case you're wondering where all the images are from, there are several websites on the internet, like pexels.com and unsplash.com, where you can get free images for any purpose. This guy looks awesome. I'll have this one. Maybe I create some kind of... Let's see. So, I think this guy... Yeah, the green channel and the red channel combined will give me some nice black and white images I can use to create the mask for this one. I set this one to screen, so they add up and I can combine them. And I think that's already it. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yep. If I add a colored layer beneath it, yeah. It's transparent. Cool. So we got this guy. I just check if the extraction is perfect. It isn't, so I'll take a brush and remove the remaining black pixels. And now I can crop the image. So this could be some kind of cool monster, I guess. And I will add these as well. So that's the jellyfish. Flying jellyfish are always nice. And I can extract them quite easy by black and white layer as well. Just like this. Yeah. Just create this black and white layer. Either I paste it into the original, or I can maybe can use a new layer. I have to see. And now I'll burn the remaining areas. But very gently. I like the small particles around it. Maybe I'll leave them so they will stay in the image. And check this as well. I think that's still very, yeah. Everything that's green is still some kind of visible pixels. I'm gonna remove them. That's an easy way to see whether you already have extracted everything or not. And use the paintbrush for everything else. And then remove this. So let's see, I don't know, maybe just a white layer with this mask do fine as well. I guess so. Save this. Yeah, looks awesome. So the thing is, the jellyfish is blurred here, so maybe I have to blur the background image as well. So I will add a blur, but before this I will, well, the blur, if you add a blur, you can add a tilt shift blur, but it will go from there to down to there and it will be wrong. We have to add a blur into the depth. Hey, Digger Sauländer, welcome. I hope you're fine. So, I'm just thinking about if I add a blur, I can show this like the tilt shift. Like this, or should be the other way around, more like from this to this. It will blur this part as well, and it should be only down there. So I have to add this at the end when everything is done, so I can duplicate everything and use a layer mask to blend it in. Yeah, so far so fine. We had some yeah, a bit of snow in Hamburg. And I don't know if I should add this guy. I don't know. If he's been drawn to these things from the bag. I try. The muscular guy. Is he at 100%? No. And I'll extract him as well. So, I don't know, I can use paths or I can try quick selection again. I think it doesn't work as well as other methods. You still have to refine everything. Yeah, it's not as good as it could be. Could be enough for a compositing, but it's not as good as it could be. I don't know, man. Let's see. I still have to rework it with the brush tool. Just to make it visible. I can tell it's not nice. Very cheap edges. Whoa. Yeah. Could be enough. I don't know. Let's see. He's in the background, so he's might be quite small. So it just doesn't matter that the mask is not that perfect. Crop him as well. So this guy is very small right now. Flying guy. I think the resolution is not good enough. I don't know. So we have all the elements we need. Maybe later I will add a fox and some deer or something like this, I don't know. So the first thing I will do is matching the pathway and the forest. So the pathway is much too blue. You can tell if you switch on the hue and saturation layer I got here. These are the colors. You see this is all yellow and green, and this is blue. So I have to change this, remove the blue from the shadows. Add more green to it. And it already fits much better. And the lights need some more yellow. Yellow is in RGB plus red plus green. So we need to add some green and almost the same amount of red. Oh. And now it should look at as if it belongs there, and it does. That's how you can match colors. So that's quite easy. I need a neutral gray set to luminosity, and you can tell the color. You're left with the color, and if you add a selective color overlay, you can tell where it's too saturated. So we match this. Now I need to add the shadow to this one, and can be done by plus green plus yellow. And shadows plus yellow highlights. So, and in this case you have to consider where will the light source be. And we have the jellyfish in the other thing. And maybe I have to extend the image later on because it's too small. I don't know. How large is this? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There will be the a light source right here, I guess. So this will be the light source. So some kind of sphere. So the shadow will go. This is where the light comes from. The shadow will be here. So. And I will. And you have to consider that this will be here, and then there's a drop in the level. So the shadow will, yeah, will look in a special way. I have to, when the light comes from above, shadow will most likely be, it depends what you want to show, whether the shadow goes like this or like this. Well, thanks. Yeah, sorry for sudden movements. So, if you have the shadow, I just sketch it out. If the shadow is like this, this tells a whole another story than the shadow being here. This will determine where how high the tree is. You don't have to. You can. I will try to. I will stream in English every Saturday, so the English viewers, yeah, can adapt to this. So this will be the shadow, and if the shadow is like this, it's different as well. You can tell how the tree is are situated towards the pathway. So, and I want to tell that the tree is slightly angled and upwards. So the shadow from above will be more like this. More like this. And well, and of course, like this. This will be this is the sketch for the shadow, and it should be on the rim of the pathway. Hello, Sauerländer. So, like this. If it's like this, it's directly on the pathway's rim. It's more like this. So maybe I can already. No, I can't. I cannot use this. I have to make a new shadow. So this is just a sketch to get an idea where shadow should be. Now I will draw the proper shadow. I have to rotate the screen in order to get the right direction. So it will be like this. The fun thing is the Wacom pen has a eraser on the back. You can always use this. So it'll be like this. So I will create a smart object out of this. That's scribble, can delete. Set it to multiply and maybe just like 85. And now I will blur this thing. Gaussian blur. I will use the tilt shift blur. That's the gallery tilt shift because the hello, where are you? I won't be using the Gaussian blur because the shadow will change its density the further the log is away. You see, it's a bit more blurred. I see. Holy moly. Just a second. Hahaha. Linda. Hell yeah. Sarah, I know that you have the glasses always. I wanted to just a joke because you told me that you haven't found your glasses yet. What a nice service. So I've added the tilt shift blur, so we get the illusion of the log going upwards. Hey Foxshot, welcome. I hope you're fine. Maybe I will. What did I do? That's the pathway. This is the shadow. I will move it a bit downwards, like this. That's yeah. Well, it's blurred, so it doesn't matter. So that's the shadow. Yeah, that's not the yellow from the egg, I know. Okay. It's so hard to listen to music, read your chat, and write another chat in English. So Sorry for this. So if we can consider the size of the pathway, these three guys are way too big. So I have to size them down. So he will be very close to the light source because he's already completely illuminated. He can be a bit more downwards and she can be here. So like this. That's great to hear, Foxshot. Now the topic is compositing. Just for some time today, I wanted to start. Actually, I wanted to do this yesterday, but my provider prevented me from streaming. I tried, and then I had to cancel. So I took this to today. So that's the light source, that's the quad arms. So I guess like so. So, and I think it's time to create um, the color for this. But at first I will put this into a smart object. Smart object. It's the background. Background scene. And duplicate it. This one will receive a tilt shift as well. So, come on, rotate it. So I will move it here, and I'm just having a look at this. And another one. Okay, let's have a look. Should not be too soft. Okay. Like this. And now I have to remove this by adding a gradient down here. This is all, should all be, nope. Up here you have to use the paintbrush and remove the furthermost twitches. Let's have a look. Twigs, not twitches, twigs. Hey, Gozia TV! Welcome back. Nice to see you. So, well, this creates the illusion of depth, and I will add some more maybe later on in front. So I will add, or maybe just now, tilt shift, and now the tilt shift should be like this. Just this part. Okay. So we create some illusion of depth. So, and here should be the light source. So I will save this, and I will create some kind of sphere. So I will create a new image, which is like a square in size. 1000 by 1000. And define the center of it. And I will fill it with black. Because I will use lens flare effects to create some kind of sphere. These steps have to be redone several times until it's perfect. So this one, flares. Let's see. This one seems pretty nice. Yeah, like this. So, hey, Anonymous Night Owl, welcome back. Now I want to create polar coordinates from polar to rectangular. I will rotate this 90 degrees counterclockwise, filter, and polar coordinates from rectangular to spherical. And it's okay, it's wrong, because now we have a huge line there. So why? I have to go back. It's because of this part, and this part is actually this. So I have to change it. Filter, render filters, flare. Maybe not that big, so we don't have these huge gradients. Maybe like this. And again, filter, distortion, polar coordinates, polar to rectangular. Maybe I should remove this. I don't know. Let's see. And then image, counterclockwise, filter, distortion, polar coordinates, and from, yeah, almost like this. And now I will create a rectangular, elliptical selection. Yes, just like this. And it almost looks like a sphere already. Duplicate this, set it to screen, and rotate it. And maybe another layer filled with black, set to screen, and add another this. So that's our ball of light. And convert this into a smart object. That's our sphere. And copy this sphere into my initial file. There it is. And if I now set this to negative, to screen, you can almost barely see it, but this is alright. We'll add some lights later. So now we're going to create the color atmosphere for this one. So I'll have a look at your image. Yep. Compared to your brunette hair, this is very bright indeed. So the first thing is a light effect. So I'll add some curves. This will be illumination and negative illumination, and then we will have some real illumination. Hey, Anonymous Night Owl, thanks for your subscription. No, for your follow. Does this mean I've got to check it? You've been the 50th follower, so thank you very much. I can add some content for subscribers now. Affiliate incoming. Woohoo! Thank you very much. So this will be the negative illumination. Like this. Boy, now I really have to create some tutorials and some emotes for you guys. Jesus. You want a subscription button right now. I don't know if it is. I just have to get used to it. So that's my dashboard. I don't know how to do this. Achievements. It hasn't I don't have the achievement yet. I think it always takes some time. We'll see. So I have to be patient and wait. Woohoo! Ah, okay, if I finish the stream, okay. So, this is the sphere. You can barely see it, but we... Oh my god. So it's already very moody right now. That's the first step for the illumination. Maybe this guy is already... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I have to remove him. I don't know. He's too bright, maybe. Next step will be the colors. So I want it to be at night. So at night, there is almost no saturation. Thanks, Anonymous All. All the other streams will be in German, so don't be afraid. No, Saulander, it's already 50 followers, if no one unfollowed. So at night everything is desaturated, um, and we'll have a lot more blue. Less green, less red. Whoop whoop. Ah, now it's getting the right. Ah, blue. I don't know. In my mind, it's everything. This whole scenery should be violet. Like a very cold light. Absolutely. Everything is grey at night. So these are the first steps. Just now we're getting somewhere. Illumination. So I'll add a mask to this one. Glowing cats. I don't know. So I'll have to add more shadow, I guess. So I'll duplicate this layer. Change the mask of this one, make it a bit bigger. And don't make it as dark. Well, from a very reliable source, I know that cat piss is glowing under black light. Oh no, what happened to her? Well, did I use the contrast um, for MRT or CT? No, I didn't test it. I guess. Sometimes things just happen. It's like Stranger Things here, I guess, this one. Sorry. It just got carried away. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, you told me about that. So the kidneys are, did they already fail or are they just weak? Which still is bad. Jesus. So the next thing I want to add some kind of raise to this. So again, I have my document which is 1000 by 1000. I guess that's too small. I want to make it bigger, 2000 by 2000. And this time it's different. I'll create a black background. Get my brush tool with 100% hardness, large brush, like this, yeah. Have the shape dynamics off, but a jitter to it, and a displacement, a scatter jitter, like this, and maybe the distance a bit larger. And I'll paint with white. Or chick, welcome to the stream. I hope you're fine. I paint it like this. And now I'm grabbing just the marquee tool, selection tool, and stretch these just randomly. You will see why at a moment. Come on. I've been working on a Mac the other day, and now I'm always pressing the Windows key. Whew. Well, this is good to hear. If they can fix it, it would be nice. And I'll keep my fingers crossed for your Kate, for your cat. Oh. What I'm now trying to do is create some rays. You will see in a moment, I hope. Will take some time to create these. I should have used a soft brush, I guess. Well, I can blur this afterwards. All this manual work. Yeah. Command T. Welcome, Nordic Light. No, Nordic Ruby. Sorry, not Nordic Light. So I'm almost done. Halfway through. you have to switch sizes of these parts from time to time. I'll try to be quick. My fingers already hurt from pressing these keys. And the thing is, I just need the upper part. The other part is useless. So almost done, almost done. Whoa. Okay. So now I will move it like down here. Filter, blur filter. At first the Gaussian blur. Should be alright. I don't know. Like this. Filter, blur, motion blur, 90 degrees. And crank it all up. Now rotate the image clockwise. You guess filter, distortion, polar coordinates. No quick. Polar to. Is it the wrong way? Arr. Have to. What? And 90 degrees, filter, distortion, polar coordinates. Yeah, almost. Oh no, it's the other way around. What? Oh, I think I don't have to again. Sometimes this really fucks with my brain. Ah. We're getting somewhere. Oh. Hell, what? Ah. Again, filter, polar coordinates. No. Come on. Yes, that's what I wanted to have. And now filter, blur, Gaussian blur to get rid of these. And now scale it again and rotate it. And set it to screen and a different opacity. So like this. And now I can create a new layer and have this as the mask. Perfect. Delete these. That's the raise filter, smart filter. And now I can copy this to my initial file. Yay! I got raise. Fuck yeah. What happened? So, and the thing is, if you have a sphere and you have a light source behind it, the light source will be scattered on the outside. So, we'll have the sphere selected. At first, delete everything inside us. And now blur, Gaussian blur. It looks like this. Select the layer again, invert it, invert the mask, and oh, so you got this shape. And we can reduce the raise a bit. And the funny thing is, if you're looking to a sphere, things will be upside down as well. So we can use this selection, go to our background, group this. Well, at first duplicate. Just duplicate it. Jesus. I would combine it into one object because it's easier. Create a mask. I would just copy this. That's easier. That's the upside down effect. So it's just this part and I will flip it. This happens when you look through a huge sphere. And maybe blur it, scale it, I don't know. Sometimes it works like, I'll do it again. I will remove the blur. I will scale it a bit. Sorry. Hey Pinkabella, welcome to the stream. So I will just duplicate this and flip it horizontally. So, yeah. sphere somewhere. No, doesn't look good. Flipped background. Let's save this. We'll see. So, next thing is the sphere should have some kind of cloudiness to it. So I will create a new layer, fill it with black, and say filter, render filter clouds. And maybe again, this is, I'll move this around. If I scale it, the clouds become much smaller. I will use this mask and invert it, completely invert it. Now we have just the cloudiness at on the outside of the. I don't know with the. Maybe I'll leave it like this. No flip inside. Because this would be a glass ball, but maybe that's just a ball of energy. And the sphere will have a reflection from the bottom. So we'll have a gradient, but everything is dark. So at first a reflection from the bottom, like no, not like this, like this, yeah. I'll grab this as a selection, selection, transform. Voxworld, welcome to the stream. And have this. Yeah, come on. And clip it to the sphere. And I will add another darkness to this. At first black. So it's dark from the outside. So let's see the rays. That's the light source. And maybe these clouds could also be on the outside. So I'll duplicate this. Select this. Transform the selection. So we have just something like this, and now I blur the mask. Filter, blur. Okay. And if I set these to screen or to multiply, now it's black clouds. I like this more. And I'll remove the inside. like this. How does it look if it is bright? Maybe like this. I'll add the first jellyfish. Oh. I'll select the sphere and remove this part of him. Oh, 25. Remove this part, but add it back with a lower opacity and maybe blurred. Filter, like just a bit blurred, so it looks like it is behind the sphere. No, it actually is behind the sphere. So maybe I will add some kind of sparkles in the air. Brush. So this would be both axes. Nothing to do with the pen pressure. Maybe not really sharp edges. And have a very high distance. Oh, let's try this. Hey Grimbilds, welcome. Maybe I'll add some sparkles to them as well, so that it looks like they got caught by this. So well, I think I'll remove this one. It's just and some even smaller ones. And talking about the people, we haven't even started with the people yet. don't scatter as much. I want them to go around and wind around them. It's almost like painting, but it's not really. How about having some of them coming down here? Do we need the jellyfish? I don't know. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'll add some glow to them. Glow on the outside. I'll pick a color. And it should be vivid light. And as well as a drop shadow, which is not vivid light, but screen with this color, and it's a bit bigger, close even more. So let's see how these work. I forgot the fox. Damn. I wanted to add a fox, maybe. I don't know. I know. Now I have to take a look at the people. So I don't know if you need a jellyfish. Maybe it's even if it might be even too large. I don't know. And him. He looks so nice and evil. But I don't have a use for him yet. Instead of the sphere? No. But I might already add some um, manipulators to him so that I can change the shape of the arms. This is always nice. Oh, come on. That's one missing. I know, foxes are great. I love them. They're cute and fluffy and cute and fluffy. What's your... Oh, this is a cute image. Yeah. There's one very famous fox. Um, there are many YouTube videos about him. He's such a cute and friendly guy. I'm not sure about this thing. I removed the jellyfish, I don't like him anymore. Maybe it's too bright right now. So we have this guy right here. He needs to get a bit brighter. It's gray, so pump it up. Yeah, that's much better. Maybe these two are too close to the... Oh no. So they should cast a shadow, I guess. So if they were like here. They should be... Sorry for being quiet. I think they should be above the sphere. Hey Smoke and Sloth, how are you? So this is the guy. Damn. Can be down there, she can be there. I don't know. No, I don't want to flip him. So I will have them sparkles on girl. and sparkles on guy. So sparkles on guy. We remove everything that's associated with the girl. Yeah. What will it be? You already know what you want to eat? So we now separated them. Girl. And sparkles on the girl. Yeah. Sparkles on the girl. And sparkles on the guy. Move. Come on. Girl. Guy. So, and I guess I have, yeah, this one. What is this? Ooh. It's illumination. Yeah. So girl and guy. So the girl has to go up. And the guy is still down. Oh, and he should have a shadow as well. So we have to paint shadows for the background. Come on. So shadows. Shadow guy. His shadow will be here and here. Of course in black, and maybe 90% multiply and blur this. Filter, blur. Okay, I'll try to make another shadow of him just with him as a shape. 90% color overlay black. Hallo Rammelchen, willkommen in meinem Channel. I'll flip him horizontally. Oh. But this doesn't make sense because that's not a shadow. Yeah, keep it like this and compress it. Maybe like this. Let's have a try. This could be working. Filter Gaussian blur, like 15 maybe, and remove this part. You won't be able to see this shadow. Yeah. Whatever that sphere is. And most of this is done just by one set of layers. The whole look is just one set of layers that changes everything. Yep. Hi, Frank. That's a lot of purple because the sphere is purple. I'll add some more purple to it, I guess. Where are the rays there? This one is... oh yeah. It's too dark, so I'll add some more brightness to this. Yes. And duplicate it. Soft light. Yeah. And maybe we'll add some gradient overlay. But the orange is too warm for a nightscape. Oh, I forgot these. I think it looks a bit more pleasant with some yellow in it. Hey, Mr. Beardman! Thanks. Danke für das Follow. Vielen, vielen Dank. So, jetzt gucke ich mal, ob ich hier noch ein bisschen... Ah, ich werde Englisch machen. I'll have a look if I can add some more illumination on the bottom of this scenery. So it looks more like the thing is illuminating everything. Danke. Danke für den Follow. So. Ja, ich glaube... So. I think that's it for the compositing part so far. Quick and easy. I think it was... how long? I don't know. 2 hours. Okay, so some of my followers from the US wanted to see how I dodge and burn. So I can give a quick tour through it. And the in-depth tutorial will be available for subscribers later on. So let's see, let's have a look. think I'll reopen this image and start over. Come on. So it always takes some time to open these images because they're quite large. I think this is around 2 GB. Yeah, exactly 2 GB. And somehow Photoshop is quite slow in opening these. Okay, so let's start with the original. That's the original. Well, basically, no. Basically, dodging and burning looks like this. I'll create an empty layer to show you. For instance, you have a circle of any given color. Hey! No way! This is Coke. And I got my coffee here. Still got some coffee left. So, dodging and burning. Basically what you want to do is you want to change the visual shape of or appearance of, for instance, of a face. Either you want to emphasize things or you want them to disappear. Like you want to emphasize the cheekbones, her jaw, her cheeks, and you want to get rid of, for instance, this pimple. Dodging and burning looks like this. You will create a new curves layer and set this to like this. Make it a bit lighter. This will be your dodge layer. And invert the mask by pressing Command or Optional Alt Backspace. And create another one, curves layer, and drag it down a bit. Not too far, not like this, just a bit. And fill the layer mask group black again, Alt or Option Backspace, and call this Burn. So now you take your brush, set the foreground color to white, and have the airbrush option activated, and reduce your flow so you don't paint too quickly. Set down the flow to, for instance, 10 in this case, and use a nice big brush. Maybe in this case with Shape Dynamics activated. And now you paint in the highlights in the dodge layer, like so. And the shadows in the burn layer, like this. And now you have, oh, sorry. And now you have a sphere. It's easy as this. If you want to have more light, just duplicate this layer, fill the mask with black again. In this case, Command Backspace, because Command refers to the background color. and paint again with white. And if you want to have more shadow, duplicate the burn layer, command backspace for filling it with black, and then paint in that shadow that should be darker. So that's the basics of dodging and burning so far. Now, if you want to, this will be the way if you want to emphasize things like making the cheekbones more visible. And if you want to get rid of skin discoloration or, for instance, of a pimple, it will work the other way around. We have this sphere. I will group this together and pretend that's a sphere. And if I now duplicate these layers and we pretend we have been painting in them and rename them, like the dodge layer will be a burn layer, this as well, and the burn layers will be dodge layers. So where there's shadow we want to brighten, and when there's light we want to darken. So burn, burn, and dodge, and dodge. You see, and depending on how precise I move these sliders, it's a circle again. Let's finish the sphere, and this is a circle. So what you want to do is have your dodge and burn layer, and if you see a shadow, you go over this in your dodge layer and paint it white. And same here. And when there's light, you want to go in your burn layer and paint in white as well. And there. And depending on how perfect you paint, you will eventually get rid of the lights. So what does it mean on an image? So on an image it's quite hard to see where lighter parts or darker parts are. So the best way will be to have a black and white image. Therefore, I create a color layer in any gray that is possible. So gray means every RGB color is the same, like 255, 255, 255, or like, I don't know, 100, 100, 100, and set this to color. And this is an actual representation of the luminosity of the image. This is not just a black and white one. That's luminosity. Now, this is our helper layer. Helper for D and B. And now you will create your dodge layer. Dodge it. And your burn layer. Burn. Both are curves, and the burn one is a bit darker and the dodge one is a bit lighter. And create black mask by filling them black. And now you will use, depending on how large you work, remove the shape dynamics. If this doesn't remove it, you might have pressed one of these, like this. This will keep the shape dynamics no matter what. Remove this. And now set your flow very low, like 3%. You can, if you have this option activated, you can type, use your number pad to type in 03 at 3%. If you type in 3, that's 30. So 0.3, and we have 3% flow. Then reduce the size of your brush and then start painting in the dodge area where the parts are too dark. And that way you create a smoother skin. You see? And if it's too bright, go into your burn layer and make it darker. And if you experience that this is way too light or too dark, reduce your flow to 1%, for instance, and then slowly work your way to the luminosity you want. Only change between 1, 2, 3, up to 5%. 5% is already pretty heavy, as you can see. And 10% only on very small wrinkles or very deep wrinkles like this. Like this. Well, that's it. That's the basics of dodging and burning. For instance, this pimple, you can remove it by lighten the shadows and darken the highlights. It's almost gone. Well, basically that's it. So I will end this English stream right now and come back in a few minutes with a German stream again and finally finish one of the other images. So I'll have some dinner and I'll be back in like 15 minutes or maybe 20, I don't know. So thanks for watching and see you then, I guess. Bye bye.